Cope campground. This is an open space. It was the only thing that seemed to be available last night. I'm feeling a bit stiff and sore from putting the bike down yesterday. Bike seems fine. Tent trailer is pretty well fine. We're going to pack up. I'm not going to bother making anything to eat here today. Matter of fact, I got to get rid of a lot of the food that I've got. I don't think we're going to be cooking much until we hit Ontario.
I really hate the sound of generators at any time during the day or night in a campground. Slept okay, but I am feeling a little stiff. Just have to load the route into the GPS. I know where I'm going tonight. I'm going to be staying with a subscriber, Chuck, in upstate New York. Dolly Campground is in the White Mountains National Forest. It's a federal campground. And I think with the exchange it cost me about $36. I arrived after the kiosk was closed and had to do self-reservation. Of course, this means you really have got to be carrying cash all the time. Today I'm going to be traveling a bit through New Hampshire, through Vermont, and into New York State. What Google Maps showed me and what I plotted on my route is almost the same. Now, my spot tracker tells me that what I rode was certainly much different. I certainly have stopped in Gorham, New Hampshire a number of times on the way to and from the States. The Gorham Motor Inn. A holdover from the 1950s, I'm sure, and I've stayed there more than once. On the edge of Gorham is Moose Brook State Park on Jimtown Road. Anyway, I've stayed there before, and I think the next time through, that's where I'll stay again. It looks like it's going to be a great day to be riding. Lots of bikes out. Sky's almost clear. It's 10:30 in the morning, and it's already hot. I love this old stone observation tower. Someday I've got to learn more about it. Some tourist attractions kind of fail, like this old western town. Now, this tourist attraction seems to only be operating during the summer months. I guess with water slides and outdoor merry-go-rounds and such, you gotta operate during the summer. This is the first time I've been through when it actually looks like it was pretty full. Now, I've usually come through here in the fall, and it's been closed down. I guess this kind of Santa's Village doesn't really work well when there's snow on the ground, like when I came through in the fall of 2018. I've only had a cup of black coffee so far this morning, so I think it's time for something else. Nice car. I'm sure I missed a couple of nice little coffee spots or restaurants in town, and I really shouldn't be going to McDonald's all the time, but I will admit, their coffee's okay. I just want a breakfast sandwich of some sort. And I think one of the other things about McDonald's, I can always find 2 parking spaces to park this rig. Sometimes that's important. And of course, they have Wi-Fi. So I've had another subscriber get a hold of me and hopes that we can meet for a coffee or something to eat in St. Albans, which is a little bit of a deviation from my path, but what the heck. I think we can do that today, and that accounts for my spot tracker being so different from my actual route I had planned. It is going to add some time to the whole ride. At this point, I don't realize just how much time it's going to add. There used to be a really nice iron girder bridge right here. I'm kind of disappointed by the so-called improvement. It was a nice bridge to go under. Yes, on rare occasions in the middle of a turn, I don't wave. So these are great roads to do some thinking on, and of course I'm thinking about yesterday and putting the bike down and trying to figure that all out. I hurt a bit, shoulders a bit sore, ribs are a bit sore. When I cough, oh, I feel it. It's going to take about a week, almost 2 weeks before that will totally clear up. But it's one of those things where, well, be damned if you do, damned if you don't. It's sort of like getting lost on roads that they're improving, on detours, and I am sure that Vermont added an extra hour to my ride to St. Albans. Nothing like hitting a little bit of loose dirt always makes me, well, it no longer makes me nervous. I want to be careful. But for the most part, no, the roads are good. The scenery, it's mostly old farms. The roads are decent. I don't have to get out on 2-lane highway too much. but there are parts that definitely I have to do that. And then eventually I do get to the rendezvous with Ross and Alex. I had a great burger and a fine chat with Ross and Alex. I have to admit, this meeting up with subscribers is still pretty new to me. But it was good to see them, and maybe I've convinced them to come to Newfoundland in 2025. We'll see. I've still got quite a ways to go tonight. Now luckily I won't have to set up the tent when I get there. I get up above Lake Champlain. I'm only a stone throw away from the Canadian border. The GPS did want me to take that route at one point, but no. We're going to get around Lake Champlain, go through the town of Champlain, and then we're basically heading west, following New York State, relatively close to the St. Lawrence Seaway, I think. This time of year, sunset is about 9 o'clock. Well, I'm not going to make it before the sun goes down. And I certainly have kept on telling myself, okay, we're not riding after dark anymore. But this is one of those occasions where this ride is actually destination oriented. If I had been planning on camping today, I would have stopped 3 hours ago. Yeah, this was not one of my best planned days. When the sun starts to set, it does so relatively quickly. Of course, this is farming country, so there's a lot of deer up here. And I'm keeping my eyes open for them as best I can, but I just really want to get off the road. I don't stop to check on batteries, and of course the cameras all die. So you're just going to have to take my word for it that I arrived safely at Chuck and Cat's. I'm going to get a day off the bike, get caught up on things, and then we're back into Canada. We'll see you in the next video.